And the bail hearing for 3 suspects in the murders of rapper Kiernan AKA Forbes and his friend Tebello Tibz Motsoane gets underway in the Durban Magistrate's Court today. Last week, only 2 suspects proceeded with their bail applications. The other 3 were not ready with their affidavits. And accused number 1 telling the court that the state's case is weak, adding that he intends to plead not guilty. Accused number 3 arguing that he should be granted bail because he has no previous convictions. The accused face a string of charges, including murder, attempted murder, and the unlawful possession of guns and ammunition. At the same time, the NPA says that the extradition process for 2 others in Eswatini is underway, and they are also expected back in court this week. And Nobuhle Modise is standing outside court. We go live to her now. Nobuhle, good morning. Just set the scene for us there. We've already shared what's likely to unfold in court today with respect to the proceedings in the bail application. But what are you seeing and who are you seeing there at court now?
We are still based outside of the court, Iman, but you'd remember that last week we did see the father of rapper AKA Kiernan Forbes. His father, Tony Forbes, was in court, and he did mention to us that he will try and make sure that he's here for the key points throughout this murder case. And we're maybe not likely to see him today, or he might arrive, but he did say that he wants to be here for the major points, of this case as it continues. But you'd remember last week some of the information that you've mentioned as well. We know that accused number 1 and accused number 3 had their affidavits ready, and we heard Advocate Simpue Mlojwa, who read out the affidavit for accused number 1, Nobuhle Modise, and out of that he did say that the state's case is weak and that it's based on circumstantial evidence, and his legal counsel will prove this during the trial when the trial does commence. We also know that he's out on bail for a similar charge, and interestingly, what came out of that affidavit was that when he did mention that when he was arrested on the 12th of December, when he was arrested, he was told that he was being arrested for a murder of a man named William Kunene. But when he went into custody and he was, probed, he says he was forced to, say that he was part of the murder that involved, the rapper and his friend Tebello Motsoane. We also heard a similar thing come out of the affidavit for accused number 3, Sianda Mieza, who is represented by Yolanda Gieling, and he was also saying that the state's case is weak based on circumstantial evidence as well, saying he does intend to plead not guilty. Also mentioning the fact that he's also out on bail for another matter. So both these 2 suspects are currently out on bail for other matters, and they are saying that they're going to plead not guilty for this particular matter. We also heard from accused number 1's affidavit last week that he mentioned that he's a newlywed and that his wife is currently pregnant and that she can only afford a bail of 3,000 rand. Sianda Mieza saying that he's currently unemployed. He was unemployed at the time of his arrest, and that when he was before he was arrested, he used to work at a Shisanyama earning about 700 rand in Umlazi. So those are some of the details that came out last week, and we wait to hear what happens with the 3 other accused and if the affidavits will be ready for them to continue with that bail application. One to look out for, obviously, is accused number 4, who is said to be the orchestrator, Mziwe Temba, and we wait to hear what his affidavit will say, because you'd remember that he is accused of receiving that 800,000 rand payment and then distributing it amongst his co-accused.
Right, so we're talking about, and this focus then this morning between Lindani and Lindo Ndimande and Mziwe Temba Gwebeni, as you've just shared with us now. What's the connection, and maybe just share with our viewers how all of these cases, the one that is unfolding in the Durban Magistrate's Court as well as the court in Eswatini, and the connection between some of the people involved. So you've got Siyabonga and Malusi and Ndimande appearing in the Manzini Magistrate's Court, and then you have Lindani and Lindo and Ndimande appearing in this court. What's the connection there?
So there are 4 brothers. So 2 Ndimande brothers based in the Kingdom of Eswatini currently with that extradition process that's taking place. And here at the Durban Magistrate's Court, we have those other 2 Ndimande brothers. And then obviously the 3 other accused are not part of the Ndimande family. You'd remember when news broke that the other 2 brothers were arrested in Eswatini, our colleague Linda Mnisi did manage to speak to the family of the Ndimandes, and they were saying that they actually ran away because of taxi wars in the area. So the information that we do have right now is that 4 of the 7 accused are indeed related, and they are brothers from one home, and the other 3 are then separate people who I suppose who were hired by the orchestrator, who is said to be Gwabeni, who is the one that received that payment that distributed the money amongst all of them.
Nobuhle, thank you very much for that update.